Once again, it's Rhyme Clinic. Y'all been kind of soft lately. What we discussing today the topic is, y'all can see it on there. It's the digital sampling. We talking about sampling versus the digital era. Because we're going to say it's the golden era. Let's see here. Right here, verse digital. Well, we're gonna say golden era now versus digital. Because the golden era artists of today are still using sample-based records. I know Rhyme Clinic, we still use records and hardware. So first we're gonna start off with the golden era. Of course, it's golden era sampling, I'll say. Golden era sampling versus digital loops. So we got golden era sampling versus digital loops. That's what we're talking about today. Golden era now sampling versus digital loops. So what we gonna start with here? It's very simple. We'll go here. What we got here is the golden era. Now the golden era production era. I gotta get a better marker than that. That's something. This one want to be better. Golden era production. We all know what the golden era production is based in. So the golden era production is based on, as far as the tools. Not a DJ, producer, we know that's for a fact. But we got the turntables. Turntables, records. Now this is all a part of the golden era production. Turntables, records. From the records, we get loops, drums, turntables we use to play the records. I know a lot of people don't even have a record player anymore, but golden era people still do. Real hip hop people still got turntables. And I don't even mean Serato, I mean like real wax turntables. Serato is cool, maybe preserve your records and things, but it's always good to have the original turntables. But with the golden era production, we got turntables, records. From the records, we get the loops and the drums. That's pretty much the golden era production. Well, let's say the hardware. We're going to include the hardware. And the hardware is drum machines, samplers, drum machine, sampler. So we got the drum machines and the samplers, hardwares to make That's how we get the loops, the drums. We put that through the drum machine, sample machine. Now, the golden era tools are mainly as follows. Now, it's not limited to these, but mainly how you get the sound of the golden era. Why it's so different from the sound of today is, first of all, it's analog sound. So we got analog here, it's analog sound. I believe what, 16-bit, like Sega Genesis. So that's going to give you that thick, gritty, full sound that you cannot get from digital. In fact, the digital takes away that sound. The whole point of the digital is to not make it thick and gritty, is to make it clear and pretty. But hip hoppers around the world, we like it thick and gritty, not nice and pretty. But analog 16 bits, what we messing with the golden era production. We messing with turntables, records, from the records, digging in what they call that is digging, crate digging, record digging. These are terms you need to know as a hip hopper. That a lot of these terms are lost too. Not lost, but not widely used amongst hip hoppers. I don't think as much as they should be. But meaning literally digging in crates for records, going to the record store, going to your grandma's basement that got records in it. You're digging through crates, looking, thumbing through the crates. That's where the digging, that's where you get these records from. So we're just going through, first of all, what the golden era production consists of. So we got turntables, we got hardware drum machine sampler, we got the records, that's where we get the loops and the drums, we got it's analog, it's 16-bit, it's crate digging. Now, like I said, this sound, analog 16-bit, is not, you're not going to be able to get that from a digital sound. That's why the era of the golden era sounds like that, and people that still want to have that sound still use these tools, because you can't get that sound with the digital equipment. I mean, you can get some good drums, good snares, but you're not going to get them as heavy as this. This basically sounds like when somebody's really playing a drum, as opposed to a synthetic version, which is more so how digital drums are. So, for those that want to continue on in the golden era and the production, you're going to need the hardware. Now, like I said, these tools that I'm about to name are not limited to these tools. Other people use different tools or different keyboards and stuff like that from the golden era or different machines. These are just the main ones that Rhyme Clinic uses to make our music, and the ones we've been using from the golden era to the golden era now. So one is the SP12. You got the SP12. That's one thing we use. We use the SP1200. We use the MPC 2000. Now, before that, originally, of course, MPC 2000, it came out a little later in the years out of the golden era. But before it was the MPC 2000, it was the MPC 60. So either way, MPC. Now, also another, now this is drum machines, SP12, SP1200, drum machines. MPC, it could be, it's a sampler machine. You can put your drums in here, but it's a sampler machine. And also the SP12, SP1200, you put samples in there, but it's more for your drum machine. But you can put samples in it. And the MP is basically the reverse of that. It's more so for samples, but you can put your drums in there, sample your drums in there. Now, one other machine that we use is the, what we got? Okay, the S950. Now, the S950 is what you hook up to your SP12 or SP1200 or hook it up to your MP. I'm not sure the correct exact word for what the S950 is, but it's slightly different from the SP1200 and the MPC. Somewhat the same, but slightly different. I just can't think of the exact what you refer to this as. But these are the tools that we use. And we use sometimes a Korg Triton, but that's on a rarity. But the Korg Triton is in there too, keyboard. But mainly what we use here is the SP12, SP1200, MPC 2000, S950. Now the SP12, SP1200, this is where you're gonna get your solid drums. This is where you get that kick, like Shook Ones and Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang, Pete Rock. Your hard drums, the thickness of those drums sounding like that, that's what you want to get that. Yeah, that's what you want to get that. You want to get your SP12, SP1200. Now these are not really like cheap tools. They're still like around $1,000, I think, or maybe a little less, but somewhere around there. And then you got your sampler here, your MPC. Now the reason that the Golden Ear, I say that this is more interactive with the Golden Ear tools than the digital. We're gonna go to what the digital is and everything, but right now we're talking about the Golden Ear tools. Like this is like SP12, SP1200, these are tools that you actually have to sit down and learn. And if someone doesn't like show you, you're gonna have to read the manual. SP12, SP1200, S950. MPC might be a little easier for you to get away with. You still gotta read the manual, but a little less difficult to learn than the S950, SP12, and the SP1200. But if you want that Golden Era sound, these are the tools you need to have. This is what the Golden Era made all its music with. Like I said, it might be some other keyboards, AR-SAR 10 or something like that, or a few other drum machines, but the bulk majority of the Golden Era sound comes from the SP12, SP1200, the MPC, whether it's 2000 or the MPC 60 or even 2000 XL. But I'll say mainly the MPC 60, 2000, and 1200 S950. So, if you want to make that Golden Era sound, these are the tools you need. Now, before we do the comparison of that, you see what you need for the Golden Era production. Hope y'all got that list of things of what you need for the Golden Era production. Okay? That's what you need for the Golden Era production. How are we gonna get to the digital? Bobby Digital. All right. Now, what you need for the digital? Now, you saw what you need for that hardware. And once again, the price for that, all of that, to get you probably an MP. If you wanted an MP, a SP, S950, or the SP12, SP1200, S950, and the MPC, even today, you probably need about $5,000 to get all of those. So if you're gonna go that way, Golden Era style, you might want to start off with one piece. Pick and choose, unless you got $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 you can spend and get all of them. Still gonna have a bit of a learning curve, but if you got it like that, get all the pieces. All right, now, digital production. After we go over what you need for the digital production up to we're going to do a comparison to see which ones, if it's easier or is it less effort. That's going to be the comparison we're going to make. Is it really easier or is it just less effort you have to put in? So, but here we're gonna start with the digital production. Now, digital production, what do you need? Computer. Computer or phone. Digital device. Computer, phone. Digital device. The digital device. Alright. So, digital production, what do you need? Computer, phone, basically a digital device. What else do you need to make beats in this digital age? Now, I'm not going to discriminate or act like some people that use this digital equipment still don't use records, but they don't use them in the sense as they're getting the record. It's digital. So they're downloading records. Download record as opposed to going and digging in the crates physically. You're just clicking, skimming, clipping how you want to clip. So that's the major difference of the sampling and digital looping. You don't actually have to place a needle on the record to get it to go to exactly where you want. You just skip on the line on the computer. You just cut it, paste it, and that's what you do. So download, what else you need? Digital loops. Digital loops. And that's just for those that still might even go on to use records. A lot of people with digital and computer digital devices, they either use some type of pad, control pad to play keys off of the keyboard. Control pad to play keys off the keyboard, like I said, or either, what else sound packs. Sound packs with drums and sound kits, sound packs, whatever you want to call it, sound kits that already are equipped with drums, loops, breaks, samples. So here, now to get the production of the golden era, like I said, if you wanted to get everything that you needed to make those beats, probably need around $5,000-$6,000. Or if you just wanted to get maybe the MP, you would still need about $600-$700 unless you can get a good used one. Well, for the digital production, you get you a laptop, phone, probably $100-$200. You can get these digital packs somewhere for free, or maybe $20. So you're looking at about $200 to start your digital production career, as opposed to, more. But as far as digital production in today's rap music, this is what they use: a computer, a phone, digital device, a download or digital loops, control pad, maybe. Most people just use click and mouse drag, but some want to actually hit a pad, and then sound kits. And that's it. There's really not even a learning curve when it comes to this. So now that we got what that takes, let's do the comparison of the differences. Like I said, is it less effort or is it easier? Because a lot of people say, oh, well, it just makes it easier. No, I think that I think it just causes you to put in less effort. I don't think it's necessarily easier. It's just less effort. You don't have to put in as much effort, but that don't necessarily mean that it's easier. Unless you're looking at it in a way that you don't want to put in effort, then I guess you would say that that's easier. I don't have to do so much or put in so much brain power or time studying. So now we're gonna go back to, let's say, golden era production. Golden era. Now, verse, digital. Okay. The golden era versus the digital. So we went through what the golden era takes to make the production. We went through what the, well, let me put, like you said, golden era now. We went through what the digital times brought to us and how you produce that way. So now what we're gonna do is say, I ain't gonna say whether one is good or better or bad or worse. I'm gonna let you be able to decide that. It's like just more physical or digital things. You want to dig in the crates? Dig in crates? Like I said, I just think it's more based on more effort or less effort. You got dig it in the crates, or you can YouTube. Or I ain't even gonna say, I ain't gonna out you like that, YouTube. We're gonna just say digital sound packs. Digital sounds. So you can either get out there. The golden era is all about effort, and it's all about hip hop, which is what can you do without anything else. Not to say you don't need something else. You need your beats, you need your rhymes, but how much can you do physically? You got to actually dig in some crates. You got to go to somebody's house that got records, they garage, they go to a record shop, go to record conventions, and you got to actually go through, listen to records, and actually put the needle on the record, listen to the record one at a time. Here, you can listen to, just skip through, next one, quick. You don't have to place a record, you don't have to look through the record, you don't get the feel of really seeing the cover or anything. It's just quick, and like I say, easy. Just a digital sound. Oh, I like this sound, use it. That's it. You might not even know where the sound came from or the sample came from or anything, because it's either free or it's just online and you just skimmed it. So it's effort versus quicker. I prefer effort versus quicker. So that's one thing, digging in the crates versus digital sounds. You gotta actually get out there and dig or get somewhere and locate records, and you get the experience of touching the records, smelling the records, seeing the cover of the records, just reading the back of the record. You don't get all that with the digital sounds in the computer. I mean, I guess you can go try to find it, but most of the time all of that information may be there or not be there, but it's just reading. It's not tangible for you to feel that record, to see the grooves in the record, to see some records where somebody had it, they done played that record out. Just, it's a whole nostalgic or a whole great feeling that goes along with actually digging in the crates as opposed to digital sound. So, we got digging in the crates versus digital sound. We got effort versus faster, however you want to put that. Then, like I said here, even at the lowest, probably your MPC, you're probably looking at it still about maybe, I don't know, we'll just say about $400 to $600 for the MPC. Then maybe about, I don't know, the SPs probably range maybe from 8 to about, I don't know, really about $5,000, I guess, because some of them, because they are collector's items. They're out of commission, so they don't make SPs. And well, I think they have a new version of them, but they don't make the original ones. You know, you have to get a new version. It's not, if you're looking for the old, like original version, you're probably gonna pay, like I said, 8 to, I don't know, 50, let's just say 1,500, maybe a little more than that. So you got your MP here, 4 to 600. You got your SP here. You got your S950. That's probably around the same. Might be around the same price. 800 plus. And then you got your digital stuff over here. I mean, shoot, if you already got you a phone, I mean, this is like $0 to $200 max. So once again, like I said, for $800,000, it's more effort over here. It's quicker, easier. But that doesn't mean it's better. It just means you can do it quicker and easier. A lot more people can do this quicker and easier than this. This takes dedication over here. You don't really need dedication over here. You just need spare time. You got some time on your hands. Here, 5 minutes. I can show you how to make a beat online. I can't really show you how to make a beat 5 minutes with this equipment. I mean, I can show you, but you ain't gonna be able to just duplicate it right back again like that. It's not like a click and drag type of thing. You're not gonna be able to do it that quick. Not saying you can't learn how to use these equipments quickly, but it's not gonna be, this is a 5 minute tutorial where you can make beats. Literally 5 minutes, click, drag, the machine almost does all the work for you. All you're doing over here mostly, when you get skilled, is more of a manipulation of the sounds and the placement. But as far as the basics of it, it basically does the beat for you. Over here, this is not gonna basically do the beat for you. You gotta do the whole beat from scratch. There's no cut and paste over here. So like I said, effort over here, effort, and we got quick and easy over here. Not to say this is difficult. That's why I said effort. It's not difficult, it just takes some effort. This is quick and easy. Hardly takes any effort. So, once again, we talking about Golden Era Now production versus digital. Digital, we got quick and easy. You use digital sounds, probably $0 to about $200, you can start production. Over here, Golden Era Now, we got effort. You gotta dig in them crates, get a little dusty sometimes, dirty. And you're gonna spend anywhere from $400 to about $1,500 on each piece of equipment that you need. The cheapest thing you'll get here is the record player. You can get your record player for not that cheap, for not that costly. But if you want real turntables, like some Technics, then you're right back up there to the $1,000, $1,200, $1,300. So that's where we at here now. I hope y'all seeing the differences right here. Like I said, I'm not saying which one is better or worse. I'm just saying this is why the Golden Era beats hit harder than the digital beats. Because it takes more effort. Not only does it take more effort, this is analog 16-bit sound versus I feel pretty, I feel pretty. It's very like clean and pretty. You hear that? It's so pretty. It's no chicken scratch in the back. None of that. It's just, oh, it's so pretty. This is gritty, banging, rough. Chicken scratch from the record. Full sound. Sound like somebody really playing the drums in your car. This, you got to do more tweaking to even get anywhere near that. But like I said, they made this for the purpose. This is pretty much the opposite of this. This is more clean and pretty. This is more dirty and gritty. And the dirty and gritty is good because the dirt and grit is from the effort. You put in effort, you get dirty, you get gritty. You put in less effort, you get pretty. You don't get too dirty doing this. You don't even have to put in much money. You got a phone, shoot, you can make beats right there at the phone. They got sound packs on the phone where you can just download a beat app and they got all the sounds on there and you just put them in place. Oh, put that right there, and then the beat is done. Not over here. That's why people run over here. They run over here. Just easier. More effort over here. I stay over here. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I use a computer to make beats, Fruity Loops. But really, when I'm really making my real projects, I'm over here with it. It's like for fun and recreation. I might use these beats to write other rhymes and play with my rhymes and practice my rhymes and just practice making beats or practice formulating samples, or I use it for different things as far as the learning curve of how I want things to sound. So then when I do go back to the MPSP, I know how to put my extra drums in, my extra hi-hats that I want, my sample, I wanted to tweak it a little bit. So even if you start here, or if you're over here, you need to come here sometimes. You need to put that effort in. Because this is the digital sound. You're not going to be really representing, you can still represent the golden era with your rhymes, but you can't really fully represent golden era now in that hip hop foundation unless you use this over here. Not to say you're not hip hop if you use this over here, but it's like, how can I put it? It's like over here, you could be hip hop and that's fine. But it's not like the full gritty hip hop of it. It's like you learn how to play basketball over here, but you'll never get in the game. You'll never go to the basketball court and actually play. You know how to play basketball, and that's it. You just stick to yourself, play basketball. Over here, this is going getting down, gritty and dirty, and to show your skills, and you got to go play basketball at the court and show who's the best. You ain't really got to show who's the best over here because everybody got an advantage. Everybody can get the free stuff. Everybody can get the tools. Everybody can't get access to this because everybody don't put in the effort to get access to this. The MP, the SP, S950. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And that's the comparison. That's the comparison I can make to Golden Era Now sound versus digital. Golden Era Now sound, effort. Digital, quicker, easier, less effort. Now I'm gonna ask y'all, anybody drop in the comments whenever y'all hear this or see this video, do y'all think that people got less creative with the digital equipment? Do you think people are less creative with digital equipment, or do you think they're the same, or you think they got more creative? Drop that in the comments if y'all can hear me. All right. Well, we ain't got no comments. We ain't got no comments. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up then. Y'all can go to Golden Era Now Bandcamp. Go to Golden Era Now Bandcamp. Get the Rhyme Clinic music. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel, Rhyme Clinic Golden Era Now Show. And we also, like I said, we'll be doing the Golden Era Revival Show, which is what I did on the last episode when we went through the Big Five and the Big Three. So those will be lessons from the Golden Era to revive the Golden Era, to bring back life to those of that time of then. And then the Golden Era Now Show is what we Golden Era people are doing now, today. So, all right. I'll let y'all go. That's how we're gonna end it. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, Rhyme Clinic, Golden Era Now. We out.